Hey fellow tennis nerds, I hope all is well. Today we're going to look at the French Open draw and my predictions for the Roland Garros bracket challenge. I really urge you to do one and maybe we can compete. We have some blockbuster first rounds, Rafa Nadal versus Alexander Zverev. I know all of us Rafa fans, we don't really like to see that because Zverev is in great shape. Rafa has been struggling, as you know, to get back to his old form, but who knows what happens when you go to the French Open, which he has won 14 times. So maybe we see a resurgence from Rafa. There can be other things also on Zverev's mind. He can be nervous first round playing the icon on center court. So that will be a blockbuster, of course. And then we have Andy Murray versus Stan the Man Wawrinka, which is an interesting match, especially for you racket enthusiasts as well. We have Andy playing with the Eason 100, heavily lead taped, as you've seen from my other videos perhaps. And we have Stan the Man. He's testing a little bit of lead placement here and there, maybe a new racket, I don't know, but he doesn't have the usual 3-9 lead placement of all of his rackets as he used to. That match is great. Women's side, it looks a little bit more straightforward. As you can see, my predictions, I go for the kind of big four of women's tennis right now. You have Iga Swiatek, you have Sabalenka, Rybakina, and Gauff. So I think those will be four semifinalists on the women's side, and I believe Swiatek to win. But on the men's side, it's definitely more open, and I'm keen to hear your predictions in the comments. Make sure to check out tennisnerd.net every day for predictions, news, and more during the French Open. That's it for now. Let's get into my predictions. Have a nice day, and don't forget to play some tennis.
The draw for the men's singles at the French Open 2024. We have some blockbuster first rounds and we have some ones that should be a little bit easier. I'm going to track my predictions here. I'm probably going to get many of them wrong. I want to hear your predictions. Maybe you should go on this website, bracketchallenge.rolandgarros.com. I'm not sponsored, to do your predictions and maybe we can compete. It would be fun. All right, so let's look at the rounds. We have first round, Novak Djokovic versus Herbert. Yeah, that should be a win for Novak. He's now playing well again, winning in Geneva Open without huge issues, so this looks pretty good. Carballes Baena, Conrad Lestienne, that's a very much of a toss-up, I would say. Carballes Baena, very solid clay court. I would probably predict him, despite the French crowd being very big on Lestienne, I'm sure. Like, the French crowd is tough, but I still would go Carballes Baena. Monfils, tough draw against Seyboth Wild. I know that's pronounced differently. I think Monfils will go through. He is playing maybe his last or second to last French Open. Most likely, he's also getting older, so we want him to go far. We like Monfils. He's going to go there. Musetti Galan. Galan, tricky player, but shouldn't be enough to bother Musetti. So we go there. Cerundolo against Hanfmann. I'm trying sometimes to pronounce these correctly. Sometimes they don't work. Sometimes they do. In this case, I think Hanfmann is in great shape, but Cerundolo is the better player, so I'll go with him. Qualified, I don't know who that is. I'm gonna go Chris O'Connell. It's a pretty good player, nice one-hand backhand. Maybe not the most happy to be on a clay court, but still pretty decent. So O'Connell. Fognini is playing, and I like watching Fognini. He has a clean game. Botic van de Zandschulp, we haven't seen a lot from him in recent times. We haven't seen a lot from neither of these two guys, but I will still go on clay Fognini. On hardcourt, it might be a different song. Kachin, Pedro Kachin, he had that famous shirt gate against Nadal, where he asked for his shirt after the match, or jersey, whatever you call it. So that was a bit funny. It has no real implication for this match against Tommy Paul, but Tommy Paul should be the player to win this match. But it's not an easy draw to have Kachin in the first one. Kachin. All right, Paul. Taylor Fritz, Federico Coria. Coria is, I think, Guillermo Coria's younger brother, if I'm not mistaken. Taylor Fritz is Taylor Fritz, and he's now called Clayler Fritz, so he might be too good here for Federico. I'm going to go Fritz. Lajovic, nice guy to watch with his one-handed backhand, which I am a little bit biased on because I try to hit the one-hander myself against Roman Safiullin. Safiullin is struggling this season and has had some mediocre results of late. Haven't seen much of Lajovic, but it's a tough one. I'm going to go Safiullin here anyway in 5 sets. Poprin, Kokkinakis, two Aussies that know each other really well. I would say Poprin is the better player on clay. We have Manarino. He doesn't like the clay as much as he does other surfaces, but he should be able to win against the qualifier. 22 seed, as you can see here. His best ranking ever this year, but he has dropped a little bit. I haven't seen so much of him in recent matches. Etcheverry against Gazo. My French pronunciation is all over the place today. Caso, I like watching him play. He has a very aggressive game, goes hard with his pure drive, but Etcheverry is more solid, and the guy to win this one. I think Argentinians on clay is usually a safe bet. We have Rinderknecht against Walton. Walton is a youngster, talented one. Shouldn't be enough against Rinderknecht, though. Fokina, what has happened to him? We haven't seen much of Fokina in recent times. Against the qualifier, he should be good, though. We never know, but yeah, he has not been showing his best form. A tough draw for Ruud. Jakub Mensik is a great youngster, still a teenager, if I'm not mistaken, and playing some big ball. I don't think he has enough big ball to beat Ruud in the first round, but it's a tricky draw for Ruud. Okay, Zverev against Nadal. This is one of the blockbusters of the two main ones. Yeah, this is a tough one for Nadal, I think. Zverev was in great form. Also tough for Zverev, of course, to have Nadal in the first round. It's a tricky opponent, but the way Rafa has looked in the matches leading up to this, it's not enough to beat this kind of caliber opponent. No chance, I think. So it's sad that they have to play so early. It would have been nice to see Rafa a bit further into the tournament, but this is now live on the tour. Goffin, who is back from the dead, I was going to say. But yeah, we haven't seen much of David Goffin in recent times either. This is a talented guy, very, very big serve. Mpetshi Perikar. I'm going to go with Mpetshi here. I think, I'm not saying it's an upset, but he has the bigger game. Brighter future, because Goffin is getting a little bit older as well. Hijikata Darderi, it's a tough one, but Darderi is playing well. I'm going to go with him based on the trends. McDonald Griekspoor, decent in recent tournaments. I didn't see much of McDonald this year. It's not really been doing well. That one is Griekspoor. We have Khachanov versus Nagal. Sumit Nagal, the best player in all time in India on the singles ATP tour, I think. Khachanov, yeah, it's too good. Khachanov is one of those guys, you forget about him a bit, but then he's always in the draw. He's always doing results, so very steady player. Giron against qualifier, I stick to my routine of picking the non-qualifier, although they can be very good and beat this seeded player. This is not a seeded player, Giron, but Giron is playing well. I've seen him recently and he's been doing well, so I believe in him, as I do with Cobolle. Cobolle is one of those young Italian talents. I don't know how many they are, but they are a bucket of Italians that are coming for ATP points, and he's one of them. Very talented guy. Then we have another very exciting match. We have Dan Evans against Holger Rune. And not a match that either player would have liked, I think, which is usually the thing for like big first round matches. I do think that Evans is not the happiest on a clay court, and Rune is very solid on clay, even though he's not shown his best tennis this season. It's been very topsy-turvy, but I still believe in Rune here. Deminar Mikkelsen. Mikkelsen beat Fritz in Geneva. Does that mean anything? I don't know. Deminar, however, is playing his best season I think I've seen him play, so I'm going to go Deminar. Munar Bautista Agut. Boring match for the Spaniards. One Spaniard is going to go out. Well, at least one is going to move in the draw. This is two guys that are very tough to predict. I think I'm going to go with experience and Bautista Agut in this one. Struff is good on clay. We've seen that. So he's going to go through. I do believe in Bublik. Sometimes he doesn't believe in himself, but I will believe in him for him. So he'll go through there. Navone, very strong player. I have not seen much of Carreño Busta. I'm going to go with Navone. This guy is going up the rankings like a ladder, doing big steps. Same with both of these guys, actually, Nuno Borch and Tomas Machac. I'm trying my fancy pronunciations here. Machac is the player I think has a bit more. Kecmanovic against qualifier should be Kecmanovic. That's a tough one for Medvedev. Kupfer is a feisty German and doesn't really seem to give a damn who's playing. But, well, Medvedev is too good in this case. Rublev should beat Taro Daniel, otherwise I would be surprised. Tirante, I have not seen much. I'm going to go with Martinez here. Luca Nardi, very good player. Also Alexander Muller, also good player. I would go Nardi anyway. Arthur Fils, that's a bit up and down this season. Arnaldi, also a little bit up and down, two young guys. I'm going to go with Fils with the French crowd behind him. Humbert versus Sonego. Yeah, Humbert on clay is not as comfortable, but I don't think Sonego is neither like a clay court player. I'm going to go Humbert, French player. Zhang, I think, will be Vukic. Laszlo Djere Altmaier, one-handed backhand. We're going to go with that one. Fucsovic versus Tsitsipas. Well, Tsitsipas, Stefanos been playing really well, so I don't think Fucsovic has enough game over 5 sets. Shelton Gaston. Yeah, Gaston is going to be annoying, as he usually is, with his drop shots and, you know, never giving up. But yeah, Shelton has too much power for him. Fantasy, Nishikori back in the draw. Really like that. So we're going to have Nishikori against Shelton. That's a big match. Okay, Purcell. Yeah, he go through. Might be tough, though. I don't perceive him much of as a clay court player. I saw him a bit last year when I went to the French Open, and he played well, but yeah, we'll see. Auger Aliassime should beat Nishioka, and we have Korda against Mayo. Mayo, up-and-coming player. Still, Korda should go through. Kwon, not seen much of either. Russo pretty solid. Go Russo there. Draper through against qualifier. Alcaraz should go through against qualifier. Hurkacz should go through against qualifier. Moreno, I've seen a bit. Pretty solid player. Could be an upset here, but I still believe in Nakashima. Shapovalov should beat Van Asch. He doesn't really have any huge weapons, although he's a talented player. Tiafoe should go through, but he's been struggling big time this year. Tabilo, we've seen his talent, so he should be able to move through the first round. This one's tough. Thompson, Marter. I would say Thompson, despite not really seeing him on clay courts as much, but yeah. Marochan, I believe in, but he's also a bit up and down. Dimitrov, we believe in always. One-handed backhand players for the win. Nico Jarry should beat Moutet. I mean, Moutet will have the crowd, but yeah, the way Jarry has been playing, I don't see how Moutet can cause much of a concern. Karatsev, yeah, he's not had his best season either, not seeded this time. Shevchenko, very good. I'm going to go Shevchenko here. I think he's feeling it. He's playing really well. Atman against Öffner is tough. French guy is a tough play, but Öffner is also one of these guys on clay that doesn't give you much. So I'm going to go Öffner there. Sebastian Baez, we believe in him on clay. Cam Norrie, Kotov, that's a coin toss for me. I think Kotov is one of those guys who's like a snake in the grass. He just shows up from nowhere in draws and does well. But still Norrie in a Grand Slam. Here we have the big match number 2. My favorite match to watch probably over that one. Because I don't want to see Rafa lose, but that's Wawrinka versus Murray. I'm gonna go here with Stan the Man, but yeah, it's gonna be this could be a 5 sets, I think. But yeah, let's go Stan the Man. Gasquet, tough to beat Coric, but maybe we'll go Gasquet. And Eubanks Sinner should not be struggling with Eubanks, I think. Okay, now we can go the other way around. This takes a little while, so bear with me. We have Jannik Sinner, Gasquet. I'm gonna be quicker now. I believe in Sinner. Wawrinka, Norrie. Let's pick Wawrinka to move over a few rounds here. Will be good. Öffner, Baez. I think Baez. Jarry should beat Shevchenko. Dimitrov, we believe in him over Marochan. Tabilo, yes, we do. Oh, Tiafoe, Shapo, tough. 2 guys on and off in form. Shapo, let's go. Nakashima, Hurkacz. Yeah, Hurkacz wasn't very spectacular in Rome, but still should beat Nakashima, I think. Alcaraz, as long as his body holds up, should be one of the favorites. We'll maybe meet Korda in the 3rd round. We have Auger Aliassime beating Purcell. Shelton should defeat Nishikori. Nishikori hasn't played much tennis. We believe in Tsitsipas over Altmaier. And Zhang is tough, but Humbert is, yeah, well, let's go Humbert with that one. Fields, yes, okay, let's go Fields. Let's believe that this is going to be his breakout tournament. Rublev over Martinez, Medvedev over Kecmanovic. I would believe Navone takes Mahach. Bublik Struff, tough. Bublik on clay, he 5 sets, might lose his mind. Let's go Struff, bit tougher. Deminar, we believe over Bautista. We believe Rune over Kobolle. Kachanov and Larderi Grigspor, very tough. Let's go Grigspor, is a big fighter. Zverev will beat Mpechi Pericard. We have Rude should win against Fokina, considering how so shape Fokina has been. Echeverry over Ridderknecht. Manarino Poprin, tough one. Manarino. And Fritz beating Safiulin. We have Paul Fognini. Let's believe in Fognini. This may be wishful thinking. Then we have Cerundolo beating Chris O'Connell. Musetti should beat Monfils, right? Let's go for that. You see, I'm a little bit biased with the one-handed backhands. And then we have Djokovic. Djokovic, Musetti. This is something we've seen before and something I believe should be pretty straightforward for Djokovic. But it's not, 100% certain. But we have to believe in him if he keeps... if he stays in the draw this long. Cerundolo, Fognini, I believe in the Argentinian here. Fognini will not keep up his level for many matches, I believe. Fritz, Klayler should beat Manarino. Rude goes through. We predict the favorites here. Zverev, I believe in this tournament. I also believe in Rune, but Khachanov could beat him. This is 50-50 for me, but 51% to Rune. Struff, Deminar, I believe Deminar will run this guy down. Navone, Medvedev, yeah, Medvedev. Rublev, Fils, yes, Rublev might have his best slam ever. We will see. Tsitsipas should beat Humbert. We have Shelton Aliasim. That's a tough match, actually. I will go Aliasim here. Yeah, Alcaraz should beat Korda. Hurkacz Shapovalov. I'll go Chapo. Tabilo beats Dimitrov. I believe in the Chilean power here. Chile power. Yeah, and I think also Jarry against Baez, but it's a tough match. Sinner should beat Wawrinka. Then we go from the 4th round. We have Sinner moving on. Tabilo moving on. We have Alcaraz moving on. We have Tsitsipas moving on. We have Medvedev moving on. We have Zverev moving on, whether we like it or not. Ruud, Fritz. Yes, we believe in Ruud. You see how predictable this draw prediction is, sadly. But this is what I believe. Djokovic should beat Ruud, but now it's getting tricky. It could be a loss. I mean, I'm not so sure of Djokovic as I've been in previous years, but yeah, should be enough here, I think. Djokovic, and I think Zverev will take Medvedev the way he's been playing. Tsitsipas Alcaraz, yeah, we believe in Carlitos, and Sinner against Tabilo. Djokovic Zverev. It's a tough one. Maybe Zverev beats Djokovic. The way Zverev's been playing, you know, he's gonna be tricky this year. Let's go with a little bit of a shock here, maybe. Let's go with a Zverev win. And here we will go 2 half-injured guys. No, maybe not. Maybe they're both fresh. Hard to say. Let's go Sinner. Let's go Sinner to win. Forza. We'll see if that happens. Might be Zverev. So let's submit that, and we'll move over to the women's. Swiatek, how can you vote against her in any match? Osaka should beat Bronzetti. I think Osaka showed really good. Buzaz Maneiro, sadly, I know very little, but I will go for her against the qualifier, which I know nothing about. Buskova, Kudermetova. Yeah, I will go Buskova here. And Krejcikova, we believe in on clay. She can do really well at the French Open. As you know, Potapova, Wang, Alexandrova. Yes, Collins, let's go. And we want to see her go far. Trevisan should be pretty strong here. Tsurenko Vekic, coin toss for me. Vekic, let's go. Kostyuk, Siniakova as well. Paquet Schneider. Schneider is very, very dangerous player. Krunic. Vondrushova, not the biggest year so far, but good seeding here. Masarova, it's not that easy to draw. Goff's been playing well. Van Uytvank, I guess, against the qualifier. Timofeyeva, I believe in. Tomjanovic, Jastremska, that's a tough match. I'm going to go with Jastremska. We haven't seen much of Tomjanovic due to injury. Magdalenet should beat Samsonova in my opinion. We have Anisimova back in the action, and she will beat the qualifier. Cocciaretto versus Haddad Maia, it's a tough one. But let's go Italian power. Cocciaretto. Ostapenko, Jacqueline Christian. Yeah, Ostapenko is a bit too strong, although Christian is playing well. Clara Tauson, Tatiana Maria. It's big age gap in that match, but we believe in Tauson. Sophia Kenin should beat Sigemund. Caroline Garcia, not been playing so well lately, but this looks like a win. Leila Fernandez also against Ponche. Wang Bai, I don't know. I'll go Wang. Kalina Osorio. Yeah, Kalina is a strong player. We go for her. And then Jabor. Sasha Vickery is it's not an easy draw for Jabor, who has been struggling with form in 2024. At least consistent form. But yeah, let's go with Jabor. We want to see her play well. Zheng versus Cornet. Yes, go on. Qinwen Zheng. Ashley Kruger. Korpach. Yeah, we'll go Kruger. Avanesian is also a strong player. I believe in her. Chiristeas, up and down results, but doing well. Kalinskaya, yes. Here we go. Andreescu. Yeah, okay. A tough draw, but I believe in her. I believe in Ocean Dodin. Paolini is playing really well. Svitolina, you can always count on fighting hard. Pliskova is good, but clay is not her best surface. Diane Parry, she gets the vote for the one-handed backhand, which is great. Anna Bogdan also doing pretty good results this year. Pavlyuchenkova, we believe in. Elise Mertens. Mladenovic Martic. Oof, that's a tough match. I'll go Martic. Kerber. Rybakina, of course. She should be one of the favorites. Sakari, we'll see how far she can go. Pera, I would go over Hibino. Begu, yes. Harriet Dart. Noskova, no, Noskova is too strong there. I believe in Azarenka over Podoroska. Mira Andreeva, yes, she is one of the talents. As is Stearns. Kasatkina always fights well and hard. Madison Keys, same. Sharif, with the funny shriek. I will go Yuan, who's doing a good year. Schmidlova and Emma Navarro, strong player. Paula Badosa, Katie Bolter is a big match in the first round. We'll go Badosa in this one. And Sloane Stevens, Putintsev, also pretty big match. I will go Stevens. Qualifier, it's 50-50. And I believe Sabalenka should go through, and she should also beat the qualifier. Badosa Stevens is a tough one. We'll have to think about that one. I'll go Badosa on clay. Navarro, we believe in her. And we believe in Yuan over Keys. This is a bit of an upset. Kasatkina, player I like, good fighter. Azarenka Andreeva, it's a tough one, but it seems like Andreeva has halted her progress a little bit, and now especially playing against these more experienced players like Azarenka, so I think Azarenka. Noskova goes through, good player. Sakari as well. We believe in Rybakina even against Kerber, of course. Mertens, Bogdan Pavlyuchenkova, tough one. We'll go Pavlyuchenkova. Svitolina, experience, wins over the Paris 100 backhand. Paolini, the Italians we believe in. Andreescu Kalinskaya, I would say. I haven't seen so much of Andreescu in recent years. Cirstea, Zheng. We have Leila Fernandez. Has good attitude and spirit, but tough. Wang, I think. Kalinin, I forgot. And Ons Jabeur. Yes, we go Jabeur. Keep on winning. Garcia. Yeah, we believe in Garcia. Ostapenko. Kocharetto. We go Anisimova. Big hitting. Timofeeva. I believe in Diana Jastremska. And Coco Gauff, of course. Krunic, Vondrusova. Let's go. A tough, good tournament for Vondrusova. I also believe in Schneider. I think she can go pretty far. Kostyuk. Yes, she will be. And Daniel Collins. Let's go. Alexandrova. Yeah, maybe we take our chances there. Krejcikova. Buskova. A lot of Ovas. Swiatek. Osaka. It's a blockbuster second round. But sadly for Osaka, this is the toughest draw in tennis, in women's tennis. So it's not going to work out well for her, sadly. Okay. Third round. On the women's side, we go Swiatek. We go Krejcikova. I'm doing this pretty fast because don't really have time. Otherwise, the video will be the eternal. Then I can hear your comments if you like me to be more in-depth. Daniel Collins, Schneider, Coco Gauff. Also believe in after seeing her in Rome. Anisimova. We have Ostapenko Garcia. Tough match. Maybe Garcia can make some magic with the French crowd behind her. We need some hope here for the French. So let's go with that one. We believe in Jabeur. And we believe in Zheng. Paolini we believe in. We believe in Svito. This is a coin toss for me, but Rybakina, Sakari will beat Noskova. Kasatkina will find a way to beat Azarenka. Tough match. Navarro. Badosa Sabalenka is best friends match. Yeah, Sabalenka is the better tennis player though, no matter how good friends you are. And Sabalenka again. Now it's getting tougher and tougher and tougher. Can Sakari do well in this Grand Slam? Doesn't really have a lot of huge confidence in her, although I think she will go through a few rounds. I believe in Kasatkina here. I think she's more solid. Rybakina, if she is alive and well. She had some illness issues before, but she's in the draw, so we need to go with her. I think Paolini, yeah. Jabeur keeps going. Coco Gauff keeps going. Daniel Collins keeps on going. It's the last season. Might as well go for it. And then Swiatek, which is a tough draw. In the quarterfinals, Swiatek, I believe, will win the tournament, so I gotta stay with that. Coco Gauff will face her in the semis, similar to what happened in Rome. Then we have Paolini, Rybakina. Yeah, Rybakina too good. And I think Sabalenka. We think we have these four players that I've talked about previously that are the best players in the world on the women's side. And I think Swiatek is the best player. I also believe this is a bit more of a coin toss, of course. This is like a tough head-to-head. And it could go either way. I would believe Rybakina in this one. I think she is a little bit stronger. And then this match becomes a bit more difficult than if Sabalenka, who's lost 2 finals in a row. I think that would be too much of a mental baggage. While Rybakina knows how to beat Swiatek. But I'm still going to go Swiatek on this beloved French Open Philippe Chatrier clay court. All right. Swiatek to win. Those are the draws. Those are my predictions. That was a bit rushed, but I had to do it so not extend the video too much. Many good matches. Getting quite excited here. Okay, so there's a leaderboard, there's rules and prizes. All right, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video, although very strange and weird and a bit different. Have a nice day now, and don't forget to play some tennis.